disaster management, mental health, and etc., especially in developing countries and advocate tackling these issues. The WHO therefore encouraged member countries to support UNFCCC and the continued evaluation and formulations of policies with appropriate regulations suited to their specific national needs. Many governments, including Malaysia, have recognized the role of key and developed.
विशाल 8 नंबर बंद कर दे। वो ये भी चल रहा है सारे। अब चलेंगे। अच्छा चलेंगे। कंटिन्यू। हाँ निकाल लो। एक बार जूम की चेक करो। मैं यहाँ माइक से बोल देता हूँ। जी जी वही अच्छा ये बताओ एक ही चैनल पे दिए क्या तुमने दोनों गरम हो चुके हैं इसी में मुझे बता देना कि कब मैं वहाँ से बंद करूँगा नहीं तो वो बात करेगा आपको बोले मैसेज कर दूँगा कर लेगा उसके लिए मैं आपको कैच कर दूँगा तो आप करना फोन कर हाँ फोन करवा विशाल 8 नंबर ऑन कर दे कैमरा चेंज कर ना वो कैमरा ये कैमरा नीचे लगा दे पार्टी को पुरानी पार्टी को मुझे हमारा काम ढाई को के सारे रिश्तेदार काम देख लो यही तो क्यों देते पिट जाए रो जाए तो इसलिए नहीं देते चुपाने वाला काम तो दे सकते हैं वो ये पार्टी बढ़ती है उनसे हाँ भाई बढ़िया अच्छा पता नहीं मैं तो काम कर रहा हूँ जी अंदर
Okay, I'll just get back to you. I'll just get back to you. हाँ जी सर।
लेकिन ये जैसे चल रहा है तो था मुझे लगता था 1 घंटा डिले ही चल रहा था, लेकिन वो हो जाना
हाँ
चाहिए। देखो थोड़ा सा।
हाँ जी सर।
यू आर ट्राइंग डॉक्टर दास सर?
जी सर
हम्म,
आ रहे हैं सर।
प्रदीप सुनो, ये कहते हो डॉक्टर
अरे
मुश्किल से
भैया हमारा
मैं
इंतजार।
कनेक्ट हो रहा हूँ पर वो कोई रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहा वहाँ से। हाँ आवाज़ नहीं समझ में आ रही थी, मैं वेट थोड़ी देर। अच्छा 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 कनेक्ट हो गए हैं वो, ठीक है। ओके ओके ठीक है।
नहीं यहाँ पे
पोस्ट बता दो।
जस्ट चेक, आई जस्ट चेक विद यू।
हाँ
सर गुड आफ्टरनून सर। सर आप सर आ रहे हैं क्या विज्ञान में? अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है। अच्छा जी ठीक है सर, नहीं मैं हॉल 4 में ही था तो मैं, जी सर ठीक है ओके ओके ओके।
अच्छा आप कनेक्ट हो रहे होंगे तो जो जूम पे है, जूम का तो आप देख लीजिए कब तक गई हुई है वीडियो कल। हाँ जूम पे जूम वाले पार्टिसिपेट हाँ नहीं हाँ करके देखिए नहीं नहीं वो जो हमारे स्पीकर्स हैं ना जिन लोगों को जूम पे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं
स्पीकर्स की लिस्ट दी है ना, एक केवल
उसके हिसाब से
उधर है क्या? हाँ जवाल सर आपने कॉल किया था।
नहीं 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 क्योंकि टाइम तो हो गया है उन सबसे मैं कनेक्ट करा दूँ।
देखा तो शेयर क्या दिए थे? अच्छा अच्छा कोई बात नहीं सर। अच्छा सर एक चीज़ और पूछना था, दीदी से मिलना चाह रही थी, कहाँ पे मिलेंगे?
देख चेक कर लेते हैं
देखेगा सही
आजा भाई।
ठीक है, इसके ऊपर रोड पर जाएगा ना, रोड पर जाएगी ना।
प्ले करना है कुछ। प्ले करना आ नहीं रहा। ठीक है, अब इसको संभाल लेना। एक मिनट। ठीक है, एक मिनट देखो, बाहर देना, स्पीकर पे देना, स्पीकर। ठीक है सर, वो हेडफोन में चेक करते हैं। इसमें ना थोड़ा प्लस करना पड़ेगा, मैंने भूल गया। हाँ हाँ, मुझे पता। क्या प्लेन बना अभी फिगर नहीं है, कोई नहीं, मैं बढ़ा दूंगा, तुम प्ले तो और कोई वैसे तो मैं प्ले करता था, अभी थोड़ा ठीक है। कोई नहीं, अभी एक बार प्ले करता हूँ, मैं वैसे सुन लेता हूँ ना, फिर उसके बाद।
A very good day to distinguished speakers, participants, and the organizing committee. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate the Center Council for Research in Unani Medicine, CCRUM, Ministry of Ayush, India, for
ठीक तो साउंड
successfully organizing the
ठीक है ना, थोड़ा
International
और अगर होगा
Conference
तो मैं
on
इंक्रीज कर दूंगा,
Unani Medicine
बाकी ऐसे
in
ऐसे ही सेट रहने
conjunction
दो।
with Unani Day
ठीक है, अब हटाना
celebration.
तो नहीं है, मैं
I
प्ले
would
रहने दो,
also
बस
like to
ऑफ कर दो,
express my heartfelt
ऑफ कर दो।
gratitude to CCRUM for giving me the honors to present at this esteemed
खैर से हैं क्या गजल कह रही थी कुछ
सेशन करने के लिए चेक करने के लिए अच्छा ठीक है अभी हम ना एक कोई स्पीकर कनेक्ट हो जाए अभी तो वो आए थे वो चले गए फिर वापस अब मैं ज़रा एक मिनट कॉल करती हूँ वो कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं ना तो हम स्टार्ट कराते हैं
ठीक है मैं बैठा हूँ
हाँ
मैं यहीं पे हूँ आगे
हाँ ठीक है
बस क्या
असर आ गया 91 इसलिए इसका असर आ गया आपका असर आ गया
चला तो जुगाड़ चलाते नहीं क्या ये नहीं जुगाड़ चला मैं सुन मैं वही कह रहा हूँ मेरा जो नहीं जुगाड़ चला मुझे आ गया तो मैं उसको भी लेके आया
तुम लोग भगा दोगे अच्छा
ये देखिए
सफारी
सफारी में लाई मैंने और पूरा है
काट हुआ है कौन कौन
तीन बार है
कौन कौन किस बात है
बाहर के जो उसको मैं नहीं कहा सुखी को भी
देखो इलाहाबाद में पूरे बहुत लोगों को मुझे देखते हैं
यहाँ से क्या
ये लाएगी ना बनवा के हाँ
जैसे आ जाती है फिर उसके बाद स्टार्ट करा
नहीं शुरू करा दीजिए नेम प्लेट लग जाएगी
अच्छा ठीक है फिर स्टार्ट कर देते हैं एक स्पीकर जो
ये हमारी ज्ञान के दुश्मन
नहीं
ठीक है 3 4 से क्या परेशानी
हाँ हाँ
आप स्टार्ट कर दीजिए शुरू
अच्छा ठीक है अरे हमारे अभी ना
एक बार वैलिडिटी
बता दो हाँ अभी एक स्पीकर है वहीं से स्टार्ट करेंगे और फिर अगर जैसे बीच में गैप होगा ना एक पहले प्रेजेंटेशन हो जाएगी देखिए हम बांग्लादेश वाले से स्टार्ट करेंगे आप उन्हीं को इनवाइट करेंगे आप करेंगे ठीक है तो फारूक समा मैं स्टार्ट
अच्छा फोन करना है उठाओ नहीं हो पाएगा
क्यों आ रहे हो क्या हमने मना किया लेकिन दिल अजीब घबरा ले
ऐसा करते हैं हम ना
कल को
वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं ठीक है वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग से स्टार्ट
करेंगे करेंगे
तो चेंज करनी चाहिए निशा एक दो हफ्ते से कफ चल रहा था लेकिन कल नहीं खांस रही थी मतलब ऐसा नहीं ना जैसे हम लोग खांसी होती है तो एक होता है तो फीवर कफ नहीं खांस रही थी हाँ
वीडियो प्रेजेंटेशन से कर लेते हैं ठीक है वीडियो प्रेजेंट कोचिंग public health. This session is on global opportunities for Unani medicine. I invite our esteemed chairpersons for the session, Dr. Iftikhar Munshi. He is the in charge of our unit in Calcutta, RR and Calcutta. I also welcome Dr. Najibul Hassan, Deputy Director Unani, CRU Bangalore. And I welcome Dr. Ashok Kumar, Research Officer in Charge, RRC Prayagraj. The reporters for the session are Dr. Ahmed Saeed, Dr. Shagufta Parveen, and myself, Dr. Farayan. Before we start the session, we would like to welcome our chairpersons with flowers. I request Dr. Saeed to please present the flower to Dr. Munshi. I also request Dr. Saeed to welcome Dr. Ashok Kumar. And Dr. Saeed, please welcome Dr. Najibul Hassan. All our speakers for this session are available online. So I request one of the in charges to please start the session.
मारो फॉर्मेट कार्ड पहले नहीं मारा था। अरे यार फॉर्मेट ये कार्ड दिक्कत देगा बता 2 मिनट लगेंगे। नहीं अभी कैसे मारोगे लाइव जा रहा है 25 मिनट की रिकॉर्डिंग होगी फिर मारो जल्दी मारो।
Thank you, Dr. Farah and Dr. Saeed sir.
रिकॉर्ड कार्ड ला रहा हूँ मैंने
I take this opportunity to welcome
जूम करो इस बंदे को
Dr. Gochin Sung,
ऑडियो सही आ रही है
who is Director of Traditional
ऑडियो कम
and
करा रखे
Complementary Medicine,
बढ़ाओ
Minister of Health, Malaysia. His topic today is Scope of Unani Medicine in Malaysia. May I know if this
और बढ़ाओ कम आ रही है उधर से कम है
I would like to congratulate the Center Council for Research in Unani Medicine, CCRUM, Ministry of Ayush, India, for successfully organizing the International Conference on Unani Medicine in conjunction with Unani Day celebration. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to CCRUM for giving me the honors to present at this esteemed event. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Health Organization acknowledges the importance portrayed by TNCM in non-communicable disease, palliative care, rehabilitation, disaster management, mental health, and etc., especially in developing countries, and advocates tackling its usefulness. WHO therefore encourage member countries to support TNCM and the continued evaluation and formulations of policies with appropriate regulations suited to their specific national health system.
Happy?
Many governments, including Malaysia, have recognized the role of TNCM and developed national policies as well as strategies to integrate TNCM into the national healthcare system and maximize the potential contributions of TNCM products, practices, providers towards enhancing the health and well-being of their nations. This is an outline of my presentations focusing on the governance of TNCM in Malaysia. Allow me to give you a brief overview of traditional and complementary medicines in Malaysia. Malaysia is a melting pot of culture and ethnicity. TNCM in Malaysia is unique in the sense that it has strong ethno-cultural ownership, where certain TNCM practices can be identified with particular ethnicities. Besides, TNCM in Malaysia is a highly diversified practice area. Different ethnicity have varying belief and practices of TNCM. A wide variety of TNCM modalities coexist, and the provisions of the TNCM services is mainly private driven. Based on the National Health and Mobility Survey 2015, approximately 30% of the Malaysian population has received a TNCM consultation within 12 months. Among the practices, traditional Malay medicine is the most used practice, followed by traditional Chinese medicine, complementary medicine, Islamic medical practice, homeopathy, and traditional Indian medicine. Most of the Malaysian population sought TNCM services to manage health problems related to the musculoskeletal system, followed by the respiratory system. More recently, in 2021, a study conducted by the Institute of Health Behavior Research, National Institutes of Health discovered that utilizations of TNCM among Malaysians was 54.7%. Among the reasons for utilizations of TNCM services, according to this study, were to improve or maintain health and wellness, rehabilitation, curative purpose, and disease prevention. The Ministry of Health, MOH Malaysia, has a vision for TNCM and modern medicines to harmoniously coexist and contribute to enhancing the health and quality of life of all Malaysians. The implementations of the national policy on TNCM in 2001, subsequently revised in 2007, was a crucial first step for the MOH to set standards for the development and regulations of TNCM in Malaysia. The Malaysian government will facilitate the development of TNCM in the country and in ensuring the quality and safety of TNCM practices and products so that TNCM can contribute optimally to our healthcare, economy, and social-cultural goals. The TNCM Blueprint 2018 to 2027, including both healthcare as well as economy and social-cultural, was developed as a guide to achieve the visions in 10 years. The blueprint includes action plans that are championed and implemented by various TNCM-related stakeholders in the government sector, non-government organizations, NGOs, as well as private sectors to grow the TNCM industry in Malaysia. The governance of TNCM practice and practitioners in Malaysia is under the purview of TNCM Division's MOH Malaysia. The TNCM Act 2016 has been developed to professionalize TNCM practices and practitioners to ensure TNCM services are safe and of high quality. The enforcement of the TNCM Act 2016 is implemented in phases. The registrations of TNCM practitioners had begun following the gazettement of the TNCM regulations on 1st March 2021. The TNCM division, MOH Malaysia, has worked closely with the Ministry of Ayush and the National Commissions for Indian System of Medicine for the purpose of developing the list of recognized qualifications which are sub-areas of traditional Indian medicine, TIM, in Malaysia, as well as homeopathy. The TNCM Council has agreed to adopt the existing list of recognized qualifications from those practice areas that are currently recognized in India for the purpose of recognitions in Malaysia. There are 7 recognized practice areas under the TNCM Act 2016. As shown here, the 7 recognized practice areas include traditional Malay medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, traditional Indian medicine, homeopathy, chiropathic, osteopathic, and Islamic medicine. Unani medicine falls under the traditional Indian medicine practice area. Individual who intends to practice under any of the 7 recognized practice areas in Malaysia are required to register with the TNCM Councils, Ministry of Health, accordingly to the registration criteria in the registration guidelines for local as well as foreign practitioners. The accepted qualifications for Unani medicines is bachelor degree in Unani medicines or equivalent as recognized by the Council. As of January 2023, there is a total of 44 local and foreign traditional Indian medicines practitioners who are registered with the Traditional and Complementary Medicines Council of Malaysia. 26 of them are Ayurveda practitioners and 18 are Siddha practitioners. Up to now, we have yet to receive applications for registration under Unani medicines in Malaysia. Unani medicines is relatively less common in Malaysia at this point of time. This could be attributed to certain TNCM practitioners, especially those with no formal educational qualifications, who practice a mixture of traditional Indian medicines practices, assimilated to the local culture, which may include Unani medicines principles as well. The governance of TNCM products is under the purview of the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency, NPRA, Ministry of Health, Malaysia. TNCM products in Malaysia are required to be registered under the Control of Drug and Cosmetics Regulation 1984 to ensure quality, safety, and efficacy based on the claims benefits of the products. The drug registration's guidance document, as shown here, serves as the main reference for drug registration in Malaysia. These include guidance for TNCM products, which are subjected to criteria for regulation, surveillance, pharmacovigilance, licensing, and adverse drug reaction reporting that are similar to those established for conventional pharmaceutical products. Through the NPRA, a new guideline on the registrations of natural products with therapeutic claims has been implemented on 1st December 2020. All natural products containing herbal or plant medicinal ingredients in the form of standardized extract with therapeutic claims for human use should have adequate evidence to support all indications, and all claims made must be demonstrated to be true, valid, and not misleading. A guideline on natural product with therapeutic claim has been established as a guide for the industry to provide the requirements of evidence before registering a product with the Drug Control Authority in Malaysia. Traditional Indian medicines include Unani medicines products that are intended to be marketed in Malaysia needs to be registered with the Drug Control Authority in Malaysia too. As for the conduct of research, researchers from various agencies across 5 ministries have been involved in TNCM research in Malaysia. There are two major domains for TNCM related research in Malaysia, which are research on TNCM practice and research on herbal medicine. As illustrated in the diagram on the right, there is some overlap between the two domains, which represents research on traditional preparations of medicinal material between the TNCM practice. The project is the product of a collaboration between the Ministry of Health Malaysia and WHO appointed consultant. This framework serves as a guide for conducting TNCM research in Malaysia. In this framework, we focus on the principles of TNCM research. One such principle is that clinical research related to TNCM may be conducted with or without considerations of TNCM theoretical framework. TNCM education in Malaysia is governed under two main sectors, which are the academic sector and skill sector. Both of these sectors falls under the purview of different ministries and the respective acts and standards as shown here. The TNCM divisions had collaborated with the Malaysian Qualifications Agency, Ministry of Education Malaysia, to develop the second editions of program standard, Traditional and Complementary Medicine. SIDA Medicine is a new program that was included into this program standard on top of the program standards for Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine. We hope that in the years to come, a program standard for Unani medicines will be developed in Malaysia. Malaysia is one of the priority countries engaged by WHO in situation analysis to examine and correct existing knowledge and resources, assess user needs, evaluate medical documentation and coding practice. Ministry of Health Malaysia are actively participating in the development of the ICT 11 Traditional Medicine 2 module, which is derived from Ayurveda and related traditional medicine diagnostic systems like Unani and SIDA. We had the honors to host the WHO ICT 11 Traditional Medicine Chapter Module 2 Alpha Draft Review meeting, which includes Ayurveda, Unani, and SIDA in Kuala Lumpur from 16 to 18 November 2022. The Ministry of Ayush is a main contributor to this project, which is indeed a significant milestone in the development of Indian traditional system of medicines globally. Also participated in the work initiated by WHO to develop standard terminology documents of Ayurveda, SIDA, and Unani system of medicine. The Ministry of Health Malaysia is honored to continue collaborations with the Ministry of Ayush in terms of knowledge transfer and trainings on Unani medicine. We are also grateful for the continued support from the Ministry of Ayush, especially around the Ayush Scholarship Scheme, which includes bachelor degree in Unani medicine. This provides opportunities for more local students to be nurtured in Unani medicine. The TNCM divisions also regularly conduct promotional activities to educate TNCM practitioners on the practice areas which require registrations under the TNCM Act 2016. We welcome both local and foreign Unani practitioners who wish to practice in Malaysia to come forward and register with the TNCM Council. Through the various initiatives by both the Ministry of Ayush India and the Ministry of Health Malaysia, I believe that Unani medicines in Malaysia will progress in the coming years. Ladies and gentlemen, for more information on the registration process of TNCM practitioners in Malaysia, you may check out the registration registration guidelines for TNC and practitioner at our website or reach out to us while the email address as shown in this slide. Before I end my presentation, once again, I would like to express my gratitude to the CCRUM for giving me this honor to be a part of today's event. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of the session. Happy Unani Day to all who are celebrating.
Is there any question? Let me first thank Dr. Chanson for delivering the comprehensive lecture on the development of Unani medicine in Malaysia. As I had some years back interaction with one scientist from Malaysia who was working on leeches, because I am myself working on the leeches, etc. And that's how I came to know that traditional medicine is very much fast developing in Malaysia. So now our next speaker is Professor Dr. Zaman Chaudhary, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Hamdard University, Bangladesh. I welcome you, sir, and it is an honor to host you for today's session. Please, sir, over to you. Hello. Professor Chaudhary, sir, please. I think there is some technical glitch. यहाँ से उनको आवाज जा रही है क्या? यहाँ से आवाज जा रही है ना उनको? Professor Saab, you please unmute yourself and go ahead. Hello. आप यहाँ से unmute नहीं कर सकते क्या? चैट में देख लीजिए, चैट में कुछ मैसेज तो नहीं डाल दिया। As I am traveling, don't hear anything from your part. He is not able to listen. And मैसेज तो देखा करो भाई, नहीं तो मैसेज डाल दिया। I am traveling, don't hear anything from your part.
Okay, sir, I think you need to unmute from there now.
Please unmute yourself.
Sir, please unmute and then we can hear you, sir. Okay.
Indo-Bangladesh, and his talk will be on India-Bangladesh cooperation for promotion of Unani medicine. Please, sir, you are already online. You can start, sir. Sir, you can start. Hello. नहीं, unmute हो गया, unmute. Sir, we hear from you.
So you can start.
Sir, आप शुरू कर लीजिए, please.
So you can start speaking now. You're connected.
Hello.
Just a brief. Sir, it doesn't matter, sir. It doesn't matter, sir. You can just start speaking. On Indo-Bangladesh cooperation. Okay. So just okay. Okay, sir. So we are waiting. So we are waiting for you. You can start now. Okay.
I hope you can hear me because I am traveling through a very, very noisy area. You can hear me. And this is very much embarrassing for me also to talk in such a situation. But however, I am giving you a very brief introduction of our university. That you know that Harvard University, Bangladesh is one of the we have a MOU between the Ministry of Health and our university. So I think that relationship will further enhance our academic affairs in the future. And as you organized this very particular day as World Unani Day, I do my next to all people who are working in this area. So thank you so much, and please pardon me for my very brief talk. Thank you so much. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
No, he has finished. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable comments. We wish to have a good presentation from you, but unfortunately you are in the traveling mode, so let it be next time. We'll be very eager. We'll welcome you next time also. So thank you very much for giving brief about the Indo-Bangla cooperation on Unani medicine. As last year, I think we have already established a chair there, and the professor holding the chair is Professor Munawar Saab, who had been my senior also over here. So next speaker.
बाहर के ही तो
ज्वाइन कर ले तो उसके बाद में उठाऊंगा, ठीक है? The next speaker is Dr. Yaldashiva Umeda Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology and Dean Faculty of Dentistry, Avicenna Tajik State Medical University, Tajikistan. So, ये female है male है? So she will be deliberating on Indo-Tajik collaboration in the field of Unani medicine. I think last year, yes, we have signed an MOU with Tajik University so that chair can be established in Tajikistan. Okay. So we are waiting for her to join over here. I think she has not joined yet. देख लीजिए if she can be on call. अभी तक ज्वाइन नहीं किया है. So in between, let me deliberate the motto of this international conference and Unani Day. This is basically the birthday of Hakim Ajmal Khan, who started his journey as a researcher. Although he has been a freedom fighter, he has been a good physician, but at the same time he had started the research in Unani medicine, wherein he started the research in Rauwolfia serpentina, and by extracting the biomolecules, phytoceuticals we may call it, from Rauwolfia serpentina, known as ajmaline, ajmalnoon. Even later on, reserpine was also developed from Rauwolfia serpentina. Although those compounds could not sustain in the market because as a holistic approach and whole herb concept, these biomolecules, phytoceuticals have more potency, thus produce more toxicity also. And it is the nature which has provided antidote in the herb itself. And when we take whole herb, in the phytoceuticals go into the body in very small quantities. That's how they remain usually safe. So these events are being organized for the popularization, for propagation of the system. Let it be Ayurveda Day, let it be Siddha Day, let it be Unani Day. All these events, all these seminars, all these functions, conferences are being conducted for the propagation of the system. And by the grace of God, Unani system has traveled a lot, and right from 2014, as we already heard from the eminent speakers during the Unani Day celebrations in the main hall, there has been 20 times increase in budget, in outcome, in the market share. So these things are always helpful for the organization, for the system, and for its products. Although there is a long journey to go on, because Unani system is yet unexplored area. where we have a lot of potential for the research. And people are doing the research, people are producing. Yesterday, I was chairing one session where we came to know almost 5 to 6 patents have been filed by just one department, that is Department of Biotechnology, Hamdard University, in collaboration of CCREM, where they have been able to find the marker, SAR marker for identifying the herbs in the compound formulation, which is the most important for quality analysis. These seminars are meant for interaction, for the research collaboration, and it is the collaboration only which takes the system, let it be any type of system, let it be allopathic, Ayurvedic, Unani, or Siddha or homeopathy. Unless and until we will not collaborate with the laboratories, high-end laboratories, we cannot progress. So these forums are meant for the collaborative research. As you might have seen that we had a collaboration with Malaysia, then we have the Tajikistan, then Bangladesh already. So these collaboration play part in the progress of the system of the medicine. We wish to hear something from my co-chair, Dr. Ashok, who is actually not from the Unani system. He belongs to our fraternity. He is working in the Unani system, but his basic qualification is MBBS. And we wish to know how, as an allopathic doctor, he understands the Unani system of medicine. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I congratulate all of my colleagues for Unani Day. Not Unani Day, World we day by day effort making to the World of Unani Day. Yesterday's session was very informative, and I see many collaboration with good premier student of India. So, one speaker. You want to join? You could go ahead.
She has already joined. You can call. Call
कौन सा बीच में कौन सा बिल
ये जल्दी शो में जल्दी शो ये
बोलते
जल्दी शो
Thank you. I welcome Dr. Valdesheva, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology and Dean, Faculty of Dentistry and Abnesia, Tajik State Medical University, Tajikistan. Her topic, India-Pakistan collaboration in field of Unani medicine. Welcome, ma'am, and start your presentation.
Okay. Good day, dear Misters and Mrs. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My topic is the study of sedative of spectacular in the experiments. And rules in our works was the problems of prevention and treatment of neurotic disorders is one of the most important neurotic disorders using more synthetic drugs. But these synthetic drugs, they're currently in use for psych disorders, especially tranquilizers and seriously effective, but have a number of side effects. And for example, these side effects, physical dependence, increased sleepiness, difficulty and concentration, business nature in causes of overdose and deaths, and the important role of physiotherapy in the treatment of neurosis. Which benefits of medical plants? Medical plants a wide range of pharmacological actions, less toxic effect, long-term use without significant side effects, good combination with drugs. And this allows their use in everyday ambulatory indicates for using for sedative herbal remedies are white in nose like vegetative neurosis, light form of neurosis with phobic disorders, problems with swelling, asleep, irritability, and neurasthenia. Despite of large amounts of medical plants with sedative action, they are not studied enough. Available literature does not allow a full understanding of the nature of the neurotrophic activity of medical plants that have a sedative effect. In this regard, the development of effective herbal remedies based on herbs that have sedative effects is one of the important problems in modern pharmacology. As a result of for the most promising medicinal plants having a sufficient industrial reserve in our country, we selected the following plants. The Valeriana officinalis, Hypericum perforatum, Origanum vulgare, and Mentha piperita. And on the basis of the above mentioned plants, species Tordori was developed. The aim of our study was to investigate the sedative effect of herbal collection in the experiments. In our work, in our experiment, material is what species of Tordoro and sodium bromide. And we're using methods for swimming rest and lateral position test. Our experiments were performed on non-linear white rats and were divided into 4 series. First series intact group, second this group animals with a treatment with Chordoro and 5 ml doses, and fourth group, this animals with treatment with sodium bromide. And first control groups were treated intragastric with distilled water at the rate of 5 ml gig body weight. Second experimental animals were treated intragastric with species Tordoro at the dose of 2 ml gig body weight. Third experimental animals were treated with species Tordoro experimental animals treated with the sodium bromide at the dose of 92 mg to kg. Both in the size of 65 40 centimeters and the height of the 45 centimeters was filled up with water. At the same time, the control and experimental white rats were placed in the bath and treated intragastric with different doses of species Tordoro. During the experiment, animals of experimental and control groups constantly were in the state of forced swim, white race swim, until complex explanations for forced dive at the bottom of the tub. The action of the drug was determined by the time duration of swimming animals. According to other research methods, white race are turning with them into an rapidly returned to the normal position and performing writing reflex. However, according to the literature, under the influence of agents having sedative and hypnotic effects, animals after some time of their administration remain in the an anchored situation on the back or side position, which is denoted as having a lateral position. Our results and discussion. This our is was to 52 minutes, and while the experimental animals that were injected intraperitoneally tordorus, this time was significantly shortened. In the experimental animals treated with a one-time intragastric of species tordorus, shortened in comparison with control group. And the animals treated with the higher dose species Tordoro, with 5 ml body weight, swimming duration become even shorter, equal to 33 minutes, and compared with the control groups and not yielding sodium bromide groups performance. And our conclusions, these results indicate that the species Tordoro has a strong sedative effect and can be recommended in neurosis and neurosis-like states, patients with sleep disorders, and other medical conditions which are basic of
Have you finished, ma'am?
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for giving the brief about your herbal journey, wherein you have been trying non-sedative herbal tranquilizers, we call them, like you have told valeriana, organum, vulgar.
Thanks so much for your attention. Okay.
We are highly thankful of you, although there were some technical glitches and your sound was sometimes getting off this. But we hope that collaboration between CCRM and University of Tajikistan
Thank you for attention.
goes ahead in a good direction as far as the research and academia is concerned. Now we have Dr. M. Salim Khan, whom I know for the last couple of years. He's Principal College of Medicine and Healing Art, Leicester, United Kingdom. He's running the college over there. Assalamu alaikum, sir. So his topic will be holistic care with Unani medicine. सर आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए अपने को.
जी जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So assalamu alaikum wa Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulillah. May I first of all thank the organizers, the Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine, and Professor Asim Ali Khan and his associates for giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts and maybe a little bit of what we're trying to do in UK and America, where I'm located in UK, but we also have a program in the States where we try and promote Unani both to the public and to future practitioners. So, really, first of all, the title of public health, I think, is very apt, really. And we know for such a long time that the major diseases are what they call lifestyle diseases or non-communicable diseases. And from various both research and World Health Organization and other government organizations, for almost 70 years, we really know that the burden of diseases for humanity, especially in the degenerative diseases. Am I okay to continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you continue, please.
And really, I think all traditional forms of natural medicines are particularly effective when it comes to prevention of these chronic diseases and their treatments. So for Unani in particular, which is our focus, what we've been trying to do is short courses for public education and information, which is focused on the prevention of these diseases, the chronic diseases. And we've also started for last 3 years to provide an online course about lifestyle from Unani point of view. And as an online course, we've developed a training program which teaches people how to become lifestyle coaches. Now, why I wish to share this in particular is that it takes more than 5 years to train a competent Unani physician at a basic level. Far as the situations in Europe, Britain, and America are concerned, Unani medicine, although it is allowed within certain restrictions to be taught and practiced, but there is no formal government recognition, nor are there any resources in order to learn and teach this tradition. Unlike India and Bangladesh and Pakistan, where there is a formal recognition and you have amazing institutions that are promoting the teaching and the research. For example, in UK, there is no such facility. So what I want to put before your eminent listeners and speakers and policymakers, that really we need to think of new ways, especially in situations like ours here, that how can we develop short public diseases such as the heart diseases, metabolic diseases, and now increasingly since the COVID-19, mental emotional diseases. And if we go back to the Qanun of Ibn Sina and how he defines the purpose of Tib really is to preserve and to promote the health of the individual and the community, and also to help it to restore when it's lost. So the primary focus or priority of Tib has always been to preserve the health which individual has. So in that sense, I would like to, after a few minutes, open up if it's possible, and I don't know, so I'm asking whether we could actually seek some questions and clarifications on how we're going to promote the benefits of TIP in places like United Kingdom, in USA, and parts of Europe, where people are really interested in the Unani medicine, Ayurveda, and other traditions, and how, because you are based in India with the glorious history of Unani and the massive institutions, so really we need to find ways of working on the public health, with the public, in a sustainable, economic, and efficient way, and we need to bring it to the people, to the masses. Otherwise, our existing approach is limited to just training Unani physicians, researchers, and scholars, which has a place definitely. But with the emerging situations, we need to find different ways of working. And in particular, the Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine needs to think how it can provide appropriate literature, especially on the Asbab-e-Sitta Daruriya, the 6 lifestyle factors, so that we could help ordinary people who are interested in prevention of these major degenerative diseases. So I want to thank the Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine and all the people associated with it. And I like to ask participants if we have any questions, and also please to reflect on this sharing of mine and the request about providing appropriate short-term courses, both online and face-to-face, and appropriate literature for the promotion, for the prevention of chronic diseases. So again, thank you very much, and I would welcome any feedback or questions.
Thank you, Dr. Sir. Thanks a lot for your brief and comprehensive lecture on journey of Unani medicine in UK. You might be remembering that I had given you phone number of Dr. Madan Thangavulu, who is working for Ayurveda in Manchester, I think so, or Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah, Birmingham. Then
yet?
Then I don't know what progress you had gone through, because there was one MOU between England and UK and India for promoting the education 2030. In that they have introduced Ayush also, and he wished to have some, some brief about the Unani. So I proposed your name to him, that you can brief him there, and since you are available there in UK, so that's how I introduced you to him. And I hope you might have progressed ahead and contacted with him. But as far as the courses are concerned, we can start some short-term courses for the medical graduates. Simple graduates who are having science background, doing 6 months course or 1 year course is not sufficient for understanding the Unani. As far as I am myself concerned, it took me 30 years to understand the temperament of the temperamental theory. So it is not so easy to understand and to learn the Unani system of medicine. But if we take medical graduates who are already doing the practices and give them short-term courses, that how you can diagnose the disease based on the temperament and how you can treat the patient, keeping in view the temperament of the disease.
Yes, perhaps. I think these are very good ideas, but I think maybe I didn't quite communicate clearly. What I'm saying is that rather than training existing doctors, whether they be in modern medicine or Unani, what I'm saying is that we need to think about developing courses which are actually available for the lay person, for the ordinary person, that they don't necessarily need to understand the details of their temperament. For example, what will help. So for example, if we look at sleep, we will find that people are actually not sleeping on time they're not waking up on time. Of course, the temperament is the one of the key to the health, but some basic things like, for example, less sleep is well known that leads to many diseases and imbalances. So what I'm saying really is that we need to think about what courses can we offer. And let me share with you, for example, Ayurveda and its sister sciences are flourishing in UK, Europe, and in the United States because they have found ways of approaching ordinary people and offering them information and basic skills. So this is something which the Unani fraternity seems not to have benefited from. So for example, yoga has a role in promoting health, and in a similar way, the lifestyle factors of TIB can be developed on similar lines.
Then we have to take care of 6 essentials of life, where we have the Nam Yagza, when to sleep, how to sleep, then bodily movements and rest, then mental movements and rest. These 6 essentials.
But what I'm saying is that we need to adopt this knowledge and information for the need of ordinary people, and we need to make it easily available, so we take away the a person who wishes to attend, let's say, a weekend, how to take care of yourself through the lifestyle factors of...
You mean mass education? Mass education.
Mass education,
yes, mass
indeed.
education.
Indeed.
And
Yeah.
Is the need of hour at this time, because of we have a lot of lifestyle disorders where Unani has the intervention. Definitely we have the solution, but how to take it to the masses? I think we can sit together. We have the conference in March also from World Unani Foundation. I hope that you are coming in that conference also. During those 3 days, we can have the meetings and we can come to some conclusion how we can approach to the masses. Let it be through social media or any other form, where we can change their lifestyle, so that the basic concept of Ayush is the prevention of disease. Curative purpose is later on, but first is the how to prevent the disease. So these diseases can be prevented if we stick to the Ayush style of living, that is have control on our diet, then have control on our sleep, then psychological parameters, then you say that Atibas istifrag, what we call retention and evacuation. These things, if adopted, because in Unani system you will see that we have the mention that on the beginning of every season you should go for one purgation, one emesis and one bloodletting, so that any disease in that season can be prevented. So we have more preventive role as compared to the curative. We have a
Yes,
lot of...
but please forgive me, but what I'm saying is that this knowledge is not in a form that the ordinary person can understand
that is
and can avail them. So that's where we need to refigure how to do that. So
I agree with you, sir. I agree with you, sir. We have to take this forward, and your suggestions that short-term courses or mass lectures, whatsoever, or let it be online or offline, we can take care of that. Definitely we can take care, but you can contact the higher authorities. I'm not the person who can have a say, but we can give the ideas. As you have the idea, we can put our own idea, then these ideas jointly can take forward the Unani system and penetrate the masses. That is what what is your wish, that we penetrate the masses in their own language, in their own what I say, their liking, and let it be as a mass media, through mass media, social media, whatsoever. So on that basis, we can go for the lectures, we can go for the weekend programs, as there are some religious classes are taking place on weekends. We can have these classes also, and there will be no limitations whosoever joins. It is not necessary that whether he is knowing anything or not. Let it be a layman also. Let them join and take lessons from the experts and learn how to spend life in such a way that most of the diseases can be prevented, because non-communicable diseases are mostly dependent on, if we change the lifestyle, they can be prevented. So these are good ideas, sir. We hope that reporters are reporting all these things, and these things will be discussed for further also. And we wish to meet soon in the month of March also during the World Unani Foundation Congress. I think at that time also these things can be discussed. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. With your support, just like Harvard University and MIT conducting many technical, non-technical, medical line courses with no prerequisite qualification. Anyone can join and start and develop all the medical science, genetics, every field. We, through the online courses and with recognized worldly. I fully agree with you, sir. I hope it may be possible just few years. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So with these words, I think the session is concluded, and over to you, Dr. Farah.
We thank all our esteemed chairpersons, Dr. Iftikhar Munshi, Dr. Najibul Hassan, and Dr. Ashok Kumar for chairing this very important session. We also thank all the eminent speakers who had joined us in spite of the time differences and enlightened us with their talks. Before we conclude, we will have presentation of mementos to the chair. I request Dr. Iftikhar Munshi to present memento to Dr. Najibul Hassan.
आपका ही वेट कर रहे हैं. थैंक यू सर. आपको
मेरा ये मेरा वाला.
आज कोई बात नहीं. आपको देंगे ना. आपका उनका वाला दे दीजिए.
I also request Dr. Munshi to present memento to Dr. Ashok Kumar.
सही तो है.
Thank you all for your participation. Thank you.
मेरा बैग था कहीं. ये आप रखेंगे क्या? आपका ही हिसाब करेंगे.
We have to move to the plenary hall for the valedictory session.
Yes. Thank you.
म्यूट कर दिया आपने?
एक मिनट विशाल 8